archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having an Avowed adventure. Let's continue our game, shall we? Here, Glanfaf. Probably not how you pronounce that, but it's an area of the Eastern Reach populated by the Glanfaffen. They're always faffing. Like, come on, Glan. We're trying to do some stuff, and they're just constantly faffing. Apparently I have unspent ability points. I'm guessing. Really? On my companions, yeah. Is it on my companions? How do I tell? It says abilities. It doesn't say where. I'm just gonna scooch in. Points available 1. Did I get an extra point? I mean, good. I'm tempted again, especially now, to reset and take the fireball and make the parasitic staff stronger. It's not loud enough. Oh, there is some sound. Okay, yes. Oh, well, we need something for 9, don't we? That's all level 10. Okay, at the cost of 20 essence, our attacks create a large area of effect, dealing high stun to enemies and restoring a proportional amount of essence to the wielder. And hang on, what does these do again? It says they're unlocked, but rank 10s. Okay, so I've put too much into that, right? Because there's no reason to do. Let's reset it. Yes. Thou must have magic missiles. I might want to consider leveling that up as well, to be honest. Gonna want these ones. But like, we're not even down there. There's no point leveling that up. We have 7 points. Okay. Let's level this up. I'll resist the urge to put it to 45 seconds. For the time being. Power attacks with 1. That's holding it down. Let's bounce. Damage with 1. So you know what? Okay, so that I have to be level 10 to even consider that. Interesting. Same with the level 2 stuff. That's the reason to have the... No. But I have unlocked level 10. Why is it ruling that? It's that. I could do 2 more of those. I mean, I could still do Fireball. can't have rank 2. What's blocking me from rank 2ing anything? Rank 3 doesn't seem very good. 5 missiles, and we go from 3 to 5, and that's like, oh yeah, that's great. Shouldn't it be like 3, 5, 7 at least? Like, yeah, it feels like mastering stuff. Well, yeah, I did rank 2 there. Why can't I do rank 2 there? Because I just don't have rank 1. Okay. At level 10, we're going to want some stuff. But honestly, I can just afford to do it again at level 10. Blood magic. See, I don't think I want blood magic. That's power attacks. I think I want something else here instead. I've got 4. So like, leveling up something full might be really good, you know? I can't level up anything full on that bar. Fire is good. L2 there. Caster is surrounded by protective frost that increases damage reduction by 10% and deals frost accumulation. I cast it from the grimoire. Is that true for that as well? So yeah, if I have that on the grimoire, I get it at rank 3. I should keep that in mind as well. So I could effectively have 3 level 3 things if I choose wisely. You need snap. Interesting. That's quite a funny spell idea. So now we have frost. I feel like we just had fireball, so like bolt of electricity that bounces 3 times, accumulation and stun. Okay, so now we have like some things to play with, right? I could have leveled that up as well, but. And so if I want to use parasitic staff, I should do it here. If I want to use the other one, okay. How do I change my bar? Because some of my spells aren't on the bar. I don't need 6 on the bar, do I? I'll look it up. Avowed. How do I change spell bar? E. 1 on 6, whatever you want to. E. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, it's bind ability, sure. But where's Magic Mist? Where's my spells? Oh, it's in my probably as my spell book section. We don't even have ice right now. We actually want to put this on 6. What is that? We don't want those on. Having food on the bar is probably quite useful as well. So, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. I've space for one more. Guess we'll keep that one. Cool. Could have just chosen those abilities and had better Legends of Ice. Might want to do that, but whatever.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
It's always like a punchline when it goes to my face, and it's like, no! John Stranger at your service.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
I'm an Adira envoy. Is that official enough?
Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure he didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
That's why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
I like her already.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
I thought animancers leapt at bold experimentation.
They do. And that's the kind of reckless behavior I'm trying to avoid.
Reckless is all we have time for. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Chiata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
What's the worst that could happen?
Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
What was that about your family's basement?
It's nothing. Our governor is backed into a corner and lashing out. I almost respect him for it. Buy me a drink sometime, and I'll tell you all about my family's basement.
Deal. First, we should take care of the Dream Scourge.
I thought you'd never ask. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
Cat, are you okay?
It's a bit too soon to tell.
Governor, this is unacceptable. Your father would have kept this community together at any cost.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I'll find us another bedroll.
Okay, we have a new party member? We're about to have a new party member. I have things to say about that. Oh, somebody's not hard up for food. That somebody is me. Just taking their food.
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
Ooh. Not for me though, but Ig. That's an eye. I've sworn to the people, my family's honour, there is no dream scourge in the Emerald Stair. If it exists, I cannot touch our lands. When I'm alone at night, I must remind myself that the promise again and again, even if I must commit into these empty halls. So why does it feel like threads pulling away from the fabric of my community while I strain to hold them together? It's the old man and his protege, or else my imagination, but probably them. My mother's condition isn't helping my cause, neither does the wine. Ignacy, I'm right in this fair moment of clarity. Before he left us, your father was proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. Those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they are gone. I feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignacy. Hopefully not for long. Your mother, shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? Where are they? Where are my hands? Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? Okay. So I did it all accusatory for some reason. Ignacy, what have
The
you...
governor's mother. Blessed a shame.
Oh. Flower of Winter by Maxim Vidaro. The Valian Republic swindled me out of Songreta's Ducala, denied me my born right to lead that guy's government. I would not take such insults lying down. Skeen was behind me all along, whispering into my ears, caressing my shoulder with skinless fingers. Together we sowed a revolution. Now you can actually taste the fruit it bore. I can only imagine the day Spirinto awoke to discover the empty halls of academia, the pillaged libraries. Where did our brightest minds go? Where are the animancers? Where they blamed me, yet had no one to blame but ourselves. We journeyed to this frontier in defiance of the Valian republics. We remain because our community is living revolution, proof that we can thrive without a golden chain about our necks.
No darkness, only color.
And that's the Dream Scourge, right? You have somebody... That's how wrong he is. He has somebody literally with the Doom Scourge in the house. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skeen's embodiment on the aura. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skeen teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are those lost of armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his workshop, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skeen does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know why his father died, for I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skeen will inhabit my body, using the old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed tomorrow morning. I will be your father in name only, as by my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed. My useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skeen might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I've told you these past few seasons, but Skeen demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I died the betterment of the community, to smite our Lord's corruption, the face of Aura. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. Okay, more Skeen stuff. I'm just... Start. You know what? Governor, my research points one inevitable conclusion. The harvest will fail. Before you ignore me again, read on. Listen, my father spoke of a river of souls flowing through the island. The souls feed on our crops and power our machines. We agree on that. What do you think happens when the river gets polluted? If you don't believe me, look at your own farms. The soil is hollow. It might even have the Dream Scourge. The time has come to break the bones of the living lands and set them on a more agreeable fashion. What may be Fior Mess Inverno's only hope. We should discuss this in person. I'm confident you'll see reason. Governor Vidaro, all this talk of Dream Scourge infecting the land has grown too loud to ignore. If it was just Quilici, we could see our way past it, could call him senile and the discussion's over, yes, but now Giatta's speaking for him. You'd be hard-pressed to find an animancer who doesn't trust Giatta Castel. Put it plainly, we demand results of one kind or another. Let the old man do his research and find some way to discredit him. We're lucky he'll discredit himself. What are you afraid of, Ignacy, we wonder? Either way, this has to end. It's tearing us apart. Your father would have to put a stop to it, but by now you'll pick with patience your friends in town. Read both for those, didn't I?
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fior Mesiverno.
Why don't you listen to Giotto or Quilici?
Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
Mind if I work with Giotto?
Be my guest. Take her away from here. As far as I'm concerned, she's your responsibility.
This Nim dude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
If there's nothing more, I have a secret to run.
Like, he clearly saw him say that as well. Oh, fuck you then. I'm right here. Why is your mother locked up in her bedroom?
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal.
I mean,
This
what?
conversation is over.
Does she have the dream scourge?
That is not a topic for discussion. I'll hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine.
We should let this one go.
My mother is very sick. I'll thank you not to disturb her.
Well, fair enough, guy.
Welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
Hello.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Do animancers have much use for weapons and armor?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fior are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
You're not an animancer.
Officially no, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful maze made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Show me your ways. Oh, your shit's expensive. I'll grab all them. I might have to start buying the stuff like this. Oh, I don't really use these anymore, but guess I can upgrade them. I can't because it needs more Ardra. But I could. I could buy the Ardra.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
Founded machine.
Instructions for use. Take 1 cup full of approximately 1 hour before beginning tedious activity. Administered correctly, time should appear to pass more quickly and tasks should feel more tolerable. Side effects may include amnesia surrounding the dosage period. Sounds incredibly fucking dangerous.
Something. I can't let anyone else discover this.
Buddy, you said that out loud in front of me.
Envoy, I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
Tell me what you're working on.
Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results.
Ooh.
And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
I don't follow.
It's too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe Animancy should be reined in.
Can't fear knowledge just because a few people might abuse it.
How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Things to look forward to.
I hope I'm right. I shudder to think what will happen if I'm not.
Got some dank spores. So-called ethics. The Deadfire event. I can't read that. Can I? I've not played that game yet.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giata.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
What do you think of Giata's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little...
Unpredictable? Like the essence has no sense of direct action.
How did you know?
We should talk, but not here.
I want some shutters like that for my kitchen window because it's fucking cold in the winter. Not made very well.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
Breakthrough for the first time, the device successfully gathered evidence to the Adra core. I credit the interlocking rings, a design that our colleague took from the ruins across the sea. She believes the rings pull essence out of the surroundings as wind currents pull dust or pollen, though I am troubled by what this implies. When we use animancy to mimic a natural process, we get better results. Why?
My apologies, Godlike. You happened upon Fior at an inopportune time.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction. But
So I
our
tried to
governor
breathe
is
in
too
some
busy
tea.
protecting his fragile ego.
He's focusing on the wrong problems, that's for certain.
What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Misiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
You stuck to your principles. That's what matters.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
Talk as if you have a vendetta against it.
In a way, I do. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
I've worked with animancers before, from a safe distance.
It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
There was a couple. There was one more recently. You think there might be a connection?
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
You're right.
I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Misiverno. Forever.
Nothing ends. Think of it as a new beginning with new friends.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be all right. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare a squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast.
So it's a professional consultation we're after. I can handle that.
Glad to hear it. Your education should come in handy. Monto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
So what's your theory on the Dream Scourge anyway?
I'd rather not speculate until we have more data. If you have questions, I'm sure the others can answer them. We're about to make history. But first, research.
So I have a terrible habit of thinking things and not saying them out loud. Even though I'm constantly talking. What was it? I was playing a game and like a thing happened. I was like, oh yeah, I thought it was going to happen. And it's like, you can't claim it, John. You can't claim it unless you say it out loud. So... obviously, the implication is that we might be causing it. The person talking in our head might be the Dream Scourge. Like, because the game wants us to think that that's like a nature god, and we are anti-Dream Scourge, but maybe we are, in fact, the Dream Scourge embodied. And we are working at cross purposes with our god, with our patron. There, I want to make sure I said that out loud, because I don't want to be, even if it's like the weakest theory in the world or the easiest, I don't want to be like, well, I thought that, I just didn't say anything, and yeah.
Godlike, Imperial Envoy, Research Assistant. Who knew?
You gonna follow that?
What if I wasn't a ranger? Of course. What would you do? I'd be a flower picker. Huh? Maybe a cow herder. Oh, I know. A rum brewer. Be a rum brewer.
I have a lot of packing ahead of me.
I see you probably don't get her to join until after you've done the area. Talk later, Giata.
I'm counting on it.
Right, so before we do anything else, let us... How can I... We'll go to a crystal. And there we go, they're sort of close by. Lots of things to do. Solace Keep is an ancient fortress in Galawain's tusks and the primary residence for the wardens of the wardens. The keep is used to defend the region from outsiders and monitor volcanic activity. Cool. Gonna make another cup of tea, I think. So we're gonna... I can block. Right. You have things to say to me.
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valian republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood.
I'm surprised nobody backed her up.
I wish I could say the same. Living landers can be contrarian and combative. That's what sends a lot of us here in the first place. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth.
I remember that attitude well from my academy days.
You seem to have turned out okay. You and Giada, come to think of it. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Sometimes you have to cut ties. A home that compromises you isn't worth returning to.
Can we just talk about something else?
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Like, what did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side.
Agreed. Can we talk about something else for a moment?
What's on your mind?
Seeing Captain Elfair in Fierce Miss Averna is unexpected.
And troubling. What was it she said? The Steel Garrote will ensure the safety of Adiran interests?
What I've seen, the Steel Garrote will do more harm than good to Adiran interests.
They aren't going to make you any friends, that's for sure. Stay sharp. A storm's brewing. And better if we can find it before it finds us.
You've been to Emerald Stair before?
It's been years. It was always green and overgrown, but I don't remember it being quite this...
aggressive?
Yeah. Something about Emerald Stair has always been unsettling. Everything in the living lands grows wild, but it's different here. Those giant roots, whatever they are, I don't remember them being quite as big or close to the settlement.
It's as if the land is pushing back, like it doesn't want us here.
Well, there's a thought to keep me up at night.
Oh, the Living Lands definitely hates us. That's why people like me even get work.
I don't like reading that much into things. Maybe that's why I'm still a bachelor.
Is that what it is? That wasn't even on my list.
Either way, when I wake up with night terrors, I'm waking you both up with me.
What do you know about Hanamancy?
Not a whole lot, and I've been happy keeping it that way. Playing around with essence, poking at souls, trying to move them out of and into places they shouldn't be, it makes me queasy. Though, if we're going to understand the Dream Scourge and your godlike lineage, I suppose we'll have to get comfortable with it. Still, I'm happy to leave those pursuits to other people.
Exactly. Other people. People who are a safe distance away.
I didn't realize Rohirrimans had a problem with Hanamancy.
Not the same way Adherents do. We've got no laws against it. I've just always felt more comfortable with things I can see and grasp for myself.
I don't mind a little mystery.
Then I guess it's better that you're the one with a connection to something in the beyond.
Questions about you?
Good thing you're asking the expert.
Just tell me what we're retrieving from this cabin.
He was my commander and thirdborn, but he was more than that too. A mentor, friend. Tama helped me out when I first came to the Living Lands over a decade ago. I was still figuring myself out.
Was. This is you, having figured yourself out.
Hey, now I know I can't stomach rusk snout milk. As for what we'll find, I don't know any more than you.
Must have a guess.
I'm hoping for a good baking mold, but who knows? All I know is he said it was his most prized possession. And seeing as he was on his deathbed at the time, I wasn't of a mind to ask.
Oh, that's rough.
Hey, we all go back to the wheel, right?
Can you tell me about him?
Where to start? The man couldn't carry a tune, but it didn't stop him from trying. He'd have the whole tavern singing shanties with him nearly every night of the week. He had a vexing habit of saying the thing you most needed to hear when you were least ready to hear it. He'd give you the shirt off his back and the meat off his plate. But the selfish bastard left the rest of us a world without him in it.
I'm sorry, Kai.
Hey, you're not the one who did the leaving. That's why I've got to put this to rest.
So,
you know where to find me.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that. Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her.
Sorry, I'm gently rocking because my chair has a rock to it now. I mean, it's already broken, but... You don't seem like one to avoid conflict.
Conflict, no. Consequences for my actions, oh yes. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing the subject.
That's lovely.
Not before I've done some reading.
I'm using it, am I? Keep that up. Nice. see what it is. Okay. Save again. Dream?
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field.
Back for more.
The bars stifle us. We cannot recall when last we spoke. Hollow faces in a line. What has come of this place?
Situation in Fiora is dire. Somebody needs to help them.
A hand of generosity, or a gauntlet of steel. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals?
Finally, a metaphysical topic I can teach you about.
Eons have passed. We do not recognize these strange machines. The harvest grows, the dead rise. What do they hope to achieve?
They want to learn the secrets of life and death.
Lift the shroud from the wheel. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make?
Animancy is illegal in Adir.
Adir sleeps across the sea. They are not troubled by the laws of Kith. What do you say?
Anything that can improve people's lives is worth the risk.
A bitter tincture heals. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, I can't help but feeling we're teaching something. What we teach is going to